Say it slow right now until the truth comes out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. Say it slow right now, left alone, cried out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. I don't understand what they want from me. They take my hands, washing them in dirty water. Try to find what's right in a distant place, so far away. The silence fills my heart with empty space. But now I'm sure of where I'll go from here. And tensions rise, they push me to divert my vision. But I will break the ceiling and the walls that kept me in for all this time, and all the reasons that I cannot find. They'll wait for me to fall under that pressure. They'll wait for me to give it up. Well, I will not work against the forces I trust. Have to stay above the rushing water. I will do my best to keep myself composed. It takes a lot not to overload. They can't tell me what is right for me.
Good evening. It's me, We're back on the APAC server for Previous Skill Tournament, second day, the very last Previous Skill Tournament match day. That means we will find out our top 8 clans and the clans that are going to be playing in the Challengers Tournament. Once again, I think you all know the tournament format for Previous Skill Tournament, Previous Skill Series. It's a double elimination for both stages, and there are 4 teams in each group. Stage 2 is the stage that will decide the placings of the teams, while stage 1, it decides which 2 teams are going to go through to the stage 2. So there are more teams in stage 1 than stage 2, and generally the quality of matches are higher in stage 2. So if you want some visualization, this is the double elimination format, so you can see at least each team will have 2 lives, so if they lose 2 rounds in the lower bracket final, they're done for. This is going to get really important tonight. The teams can earn up to 7,060 cups, but these numbers might seem a bit overwhelming, but let's actually summarize the most important bits about what you need to know about the top 8 fight, basically. So there are basically NQRY, Insert, and Arasoc fighting to stay in the top 8, and XPT, Nimat, and EVG are fighting to get into top 8. And there are a couple of clans below EVG which are mathematically possible to enter top 8, but they have to rely on all of these clans to slip up, almost all of these clans to slip up in order to enter top 8. So the chances of getting into top 8 are essentially very, very low. And then there are 4 clans that are already mathematically guaranteed a spot in the top 8, although they need to play tonight in order to get the cups they need. So these 4 clans are Nomad, Brisk, GV, and also ID. There is also SDIJ, which are not mathematically safe yet, but they are virtually safe, meaning they have gathered more than 5,000 or even 5,000 cups away from XPT. So unless they slip up terribly, they should be able to qualify to top 8. But the chances are NQRY could potentially slip up. I don't know about this, but the most important information would be you to know. I mean, Arasoc and XPT are in the same group, and their current cups difference is 1,233. So in order for Arasoc not to be overtaken by XPT, they have to finish in equal placements or above XPT. The only situation where Arasoc still in the top 8 and XPT are not would be Arasoc to finish in the 4th and XPT in the 3rd, and that would not give enough cups for XPT to overtake Arasoc. But Arasoc will not want to finish 4th, obviously, so they have to play really, really well. Nimat was drawn into a really tough group against Risk, GB, and also Insert with the number 1. So their top 8 hopes are really the top 8 hopes are really low here. Although EVG got an okay group, I would say, but it's also a tough one. And then there is also the likes of TSIA, Libra that could still be in the top 8, although chances are quite low due to the number of teams that actually overcome. But I'm pretty sure if Libra plays the entire season, they would not be in this situation. They would be not be in the situation where they have to rely on a lot of clans to drop. They will actually. Libra will probably be in this situation. Maybe they will be in the top 8 coming to this day, but we never know. So today marks the end of the Proof of Skill tournaments, and 5 days later we will have the professional tournament, the group stage. And I'll be following the challenges tournament for the final day as well, and maybe also the lower bracket final. There will be a lot of amazing games for sure, but you don't want to miss any of them. So the bracket here for group 4, and we'll take a look at the brackets for other groups. We have ID, TSIA, XPT, and Arasoc in the same group. This is going to be a really tough group. TSIA can absolutely spoil the party, but for TSIA to get to top 8, that will essentially mean they have to get the first place, which is not out of the question. They've won GB twice yesterday, although we don't exactly know, because GB, they have a track record of not, I don't know if it's factual, but they do put most of the effort into the professionals and so on. And when things are getting a little bit shaky, then they will start to go full gear. But I don't think this is the case here for GB. So TSIA, are they able to pull off a miracle? We don't know. We'll take a look at the other draws. And Madbox have made the following top 8 predictions. Really swapping 2 teams in and out, but the top 6 have remained pretty much the same, being Risk, GB, ID, Nomad, NQRY, and SDIJ. And now we have Insert and Arasoc predicted to advance to top 8 in place of Nemad and also EVG. And what happened yesterday is that EVG and Nemad both finished second in their group, which meant that they will be in a really bad situation when it comes to the top 8 fights. As you can see, TSIA, SBZ, I forgot, SBZ still have a chance in the top 8. But yes, this is the current leaderboard, and this leaderboard will be updated as the night barrels. Looking at group 3, we have Libra, EVG, NQRY, and SDIJ, which will be a really tough group. There is a chance that EVG could win the entire group, although NQRY and SDIJ will want to finish in the top 2 in that group. Group 1, we have Risk, Insert, and number 1, GB and Nemad. That this group will be streamed by XAFK. I think he is following. Well, let me check. Which GB's bracket, so he will be following GB versus Nemad first. Group 2, we'll come back to Group 2 very soon. But I can tell you the seeding, the draw will be Nomad versus SBZ, and then Insert versus EQ. Great chance for you Insert to finish second, although SBZ could absolutely spoil the party and finish in the second place. But we can go back to the slide. If Insert finishes the third place, if Insert finishes the third place, remember the gap between XPT is 3077, Nemad 3856, and EVG 4891. Essentially, if they finish third, then they should be okay, unless one of XPT, Nemad, or EVG win their group, which is a little bit unlikely unless EVG did that. Unless I would say EVG have the biggest chance in pulling this off, and maybe some clans below them like SVZ or Libra, which could also pull off a miracle, and TSIA obviously to overtake Insert, but that would mean that Insert will have to finish in the second place, and if Insert finish in the second place, in the third place, I mean, if Insert finish in the second place, then I will say the clans below EVG cannot overtake Insert in any situation. So yeah, so we're pretty much talking about yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, third place, then pretty much second place, then pretty much only XPT is able to overtake Insert, which doesn't seem to be quite likely at this point. So yeah, Insert will be looking to finish in the second place, but if they finish in the third place, not the end of the world, in my opinion. Well, let's go back to the lounge. So with everything being said, Webbox would say that Arasoc at the moment will have more than 70% chance of qualifying, and Insert at more than 90, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. I really don't think we are going to be seeing yeah, Insert at 96.7% according to Webbox, and then Y 91.9. I mean, the clans below Arasoc, they have less than 20% chance of making it, but then you never know. We can very well see an upset tonight. I think the room is up. I'm going to go in. Hello to everyone in the chat so far. I have my iPad recharged. Yes, there we go. The right group we are following. I'm going to see if you have said anything. Oh, so far, make sure you vote in the poll. So far, you've said XPT would be in the top 8. 75% of you. And actually, one of you said that none of Arasoc or XPT would qualify to the top 8. We will see if that's the case. First off, we have XPT versus Arasoc. This is not going to define the positions. This is the first chance for the first chance for both these teams. They still have a second chance at a lower bracket, but for either of these teams, they really want to do well in this one. It's a best of 3, and we could go to the waiting room here. It's a best of 3. So only 2 wins will send the team to the upper bracket final, where they will meet either TSIA or ID. And next for XPT. XPT currently ranked lower than TSIA, I think, in power rating. It's running. The power rating it keeps on running. It doesn't kind of stop. I only release the power rating table at certain periods, but it's still running in the background. It changes with what is happening in with the previous skill and so on. So can XPT pull off a great performance? We shall find out soon. I hope my stream is... Yeah, we have 9 people watching, so brilliant. Hopefully we have 30-ish people watching like yesterday. Yesterday was not the best stream, and I hope tonight the stream will be better, with more battles to follow. I hope you all get excited about the top 8 fight. Arasoc having a surge in performance, in form as well. Coming tonight, this is their last chance to show us. They have to go past this line. Can they do this? Can they qualify to the top 8 for the very first time? We first saw Arasoc in the autumn season. I don't know if they appeared before that, but they first appeared in the autumn season. They won the lower echelon championship, and then they qualified to the top 16 stage in the winter season. And now here they are. They are looking to qualify to the professional tournament, the top 8. This will be quite an underdog story to tell. As for XPT, a lot of them were from low, which was pretty much a top 8 team for a lot of times. Well, oh my god, JTFK, get in! Yes! You don't want to pull off an Arret. Oh, sorry, not an Arret, a Wise. And it's not on. I mean, it's also on Oasis Farms. You don't want to pull off the same trick on the same map. I'm so sorry for dragging Wise to the sea. But you don't want to play with 6 players in such an important hallmark match. This is the first of potentially 2 matchups we will see tonight, with both these teams fighting for their lives in top 8. Looking at XPT, they're taking a 60 TP and IS4 Kron an M6Yo, a Super Conqueror, a T100LT, and T110E5 over to the Arasoc side. Double 60TP, an FE405, an IS7, a Strift K, and a double T110E5. I'll be interested to see how the 4005 strategy works. But my issue with Arasoc is that they are taking no light tanks, which would bring them to a disadvantage when it comes to information, getting information. And Arasoc is playing this really aggressively. They drop a lot of hit points while pushing in. Next PT are doing pretty well so far. But look at, wow, he's sure an aggressive fella. Look at how. I don't know if this is going to work 1 versus 1 and you don't have a lot of hit points. I don't know. But Arasoc just pushes in. They're just trying to take out tanks of XPT, but they are also dropping a lot of hit points. Arasoc, they're relying on their focus fire to bring them over the line. But this is going to be really, really close one. Arasoc are now looking at RBT, and they don't want to lose their focus fire. Door is now dead, and RBT is now pretty low. Leisurefish and focus for the double 60 TP. The hit points are still with XPT, and it's a 5 versus 5. But Arasoc, their focus fire is much better in my opinion, and I think Ayaka will be dead. It's the case. Baruku might be killed by Leisurefish. Leisurefish bounces onto Baruku. It's such an important bounce right here. Baruku will not be able to take out Leisurefish. The hit points are now neck and neck. And Ogia misses the shot onto Leisurefish. This is a big miss. Which means now Arasoc's 3 versus 4. Manko's almost fully reloaded. And will land the first shell in. And they are now tagging Giorno. But Hero is also in deep trouble. Getting chased by 2 tanks. Good shot onto USA, but I think Hero receives a low roll from USA, but will be dead now. That leaves Manko the last person standing. And Arasoc, this push didn't seem to work out really well. I think the focus fire was there, but they dropped too many hit points for the focus fire to work in favor of them. And there are a couple of big misses in the mid stages, which could have changed matters. And JTFK and a T100LT is so important. A 1-0 victory to XPT. Match point to XPT here. Not the strongest starts for Arasoc. 4 tanks doing more than 2k for XPT. As for Arasoc, 3 tanks doing more than 2k. We will go back to Oasis Palms. 1-0 it is for XPT. I think they have players from AZ and also DT, but most of the Arasoc people are still playing. I don't think we are seeing a mix of AZ and also DT for all 7 players. I think they only have like 2 or 3 altogether. If I am correct about if I remember correctly, when I check the lineup for when I compare lineup for the winter season and the autumn season, and not the autumn, and also I mean the spring season. What am I talking about? XPT are now going to make some changes. They're going to strengthen their lineup with armor. And Arasoc, I think it's not the best start for them. I like that they are rushing in pretty early at the start to surprise XPT, but if you lose too much hit points while trying to do the push, then you're going to struggle. And those misses and bounces don't help Arasoc either, even if they are good with the focus fire. So they really need to be at their 100% when it comes to shot efficiency. Then they don't want to do the wise here. Arasoc, not in this battle. Come on now. XPT 121B and MLE a mouse, a Super Conqueror T100LT, and double T110D5s. Over to the Arasoc side, we have a Badger, which is a great tank, a good tank with a lot of DPM, double IS7, double Kron, a mouse, and a T100LT. They're going to take a T100LT, which is going to be important. They sorely need that T100LT. Although, in terms of hit points, XPT still has the lead because because I don't know. Sorry, that's not good enough, isn't it? Looking at H5 Arasoc in the H5 in the T100LT, JTFK and H5 are both spotted while trying to spot. Okay, that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Oh, big shots into Giovanna, and that's a 1-to-1B as well. That's a great start for Arasoc, but that's not going to be definitive. A hero wants to go for B right at the start. You don't want to do that at the moment. Arasoc would drop into A to get the cap lead, and JTFK calls for an attack over to C, I think, but they are going to find no one. Orgia has been shot at 2 times, 3 times. Oh my lord, stay safe, Orgia. In terms of hit points, XPT has the lead again, and XPT will get C as well. But Orgia is in deep trouble in that IS7. Will Arasoc line up for a push over to B? There might be crossfire from XPT onto Arasoc, but Karen takes a hit from Manhattan. Now, Mo looks to put a shot onto Manhattan. This is going to be a tough one, but and it will be a bounce for sure. Let's look at Door. XPT are now rotating back to their spawn, and Arasoc cannot push pretty much. They are also on the strong, big hit point pool disadvantage. Oh, good shots onto Leisure and USA. Orgia is working in this position. Can he do this? Can he make this position work? I don't know. Maybe. But we also see Bo taking some hits. And Manhattan takes a hit. USA takes a hit. Great job from Arasoc. I mean, look at the position of T1LT. He's trying to farm XPT. If XPT continues to lose hit points, then they will be in trouble. USA takes another double tap. XPT bleeding unnecessarily, and now look at the hit points are now level. Almost level, I mean. Now, Arasoc has the lead. And XPT is trying to push. USA is now almost a one-shot. Look at Arasoc, they're trying to retreat. Looking at XPT trying to push. The Crown Wagon has really great reverse speed, so you can see Door gets back into safety, but now Arasoc looks to pull off a horizontal straight line, trying to avoid XPT from focus firing. But Door is still pretty much far forward, and Arasoc is trying to call for focus fire, calling for RBT. RBT dropped the reactive armor, but I think Ayaka has dropped the reactive armor too early, which means that reactive armor is not going to be of much use. Heroi, no, it's Orgia that is going to be in deep trouble for the push of the light tank and medium tanks. And Arasoc is tagging Manhattan Cafe next. Orgia is now dead. The medium tanks of XPT are now in. They're going to wreak havoc. And it's a 1 versus 1 of the T100LT, and the Super Conqueror Use is now dead. Manhattan Cafe is now dead. Karen is also out of the fight. Leisurefish is now preloaded. Arasoc has much more hit points, and they have one more tank alive too. But will the medium tank and light tank of XPT do some difference here? I don't know. The 1-to-1B is now brawling with the frontal armor and the heavy tanks. I think this game will go to Arasoc, unless Arasoc takes way too long to kill all the remaining tanks of XPT, because they have lost the cap. They also lost a light tank too. This could be big. This could be really big though. Door now chasing down JTFK. Good shot there. And Door needs to land another shot onto JTFK. Great kill there. That's an important kill. And now Arasoc gets B, and I think this is going to seal the deal, unless Giorno is able to survive. What a great job. What a tough match that was. I don't know what was being said by JTFK, but I can imagine he's not happy about 121B not playing alongside him at the late game stages. At the late game stages. What to come back from Arasoc, XPT, they've done a good job in maintaining their medium tank and light tank alive. They could have made a lot of difference in the end when Arasoc was winning the brawls. And Arasoc was a lot better with conserving hit, well, not really conserving hit, but it's more of them cross-firing XPT nicely when they were lining up for a push. So we're going to be seeing a tiebreaker match, XPT versus Arasoc, and whoever wins this one is going to have such an advantage, but not a definitive advantage. We don't know about ID versus TSIA yet. Do we have a result already? ID versus TSIA. It is going to be 2-0 victory for ID. So whoever loses this one will drop down to meet TSIA in the lower bracket first round, and we will follow that obviously. And now more people are voting for Arasoc to be in the top 8. Okay. I will close this poll after maybe the second battle of the lower bracket first round, but Arasoc will feel confidence coming to this. They are increasing the armor, but they are dropping the light tank again. I am not sure if this is the right call, but at the same time, XPT will drop the light tank, so both teams are not playing any lights. This could either go to Brawl Fest right at the start. I think Arasoc, their agenda is to bring this to a brawl, because they know they can focus fire better than XPT. But what XPT does well is that they could go to good positions to crossfire you and bleed you at the start, and rely on their individual skills to bring it over the line. So this is going to be an even match, Arasoc and XPT. Who will come out on top? Will Arasoc make a comeback win despite losing the first battle against XPT? Arasoc, their hopes in getting top 8 will rely on this tiebreaker match. Arasoc from the south side and XPT from the north spawn. Let's roll out and see where both teams are going to go. XPT committing most of the forces to C, but at the same time Arasoc are committing most of the forces over to A and B. So both of them are going different ways, but we could see, you can see Hero getting spotted, or dodges a shot from Ayaka. Important shots being dodged. But are we going to be seeing shots being fired onto the tanks of XPT going into C? Yes, but none of them hit. And RBT tries to capture B, but Hero is being very cautious about this because he doesn't want to lose too many hit points right at the start. Ayaka gets shot at, and Karen is spotted. And XPT gets both B and C here, which means Arasoc will be the one that needs to make a rotation. So pressure is onto Arasoc. They will be the one that needs to do the rotation. They don't have a lot of time, but there is still some time. 10 cap points per 2 seconds for increase. We're talking about just about a minute for Arasoc to react. So really there is not a lot of time. But XPT, will they allow Arasoc to bleed them? It's going to be really tough. And Arasoc is trying their best to bleed XPT, which they're doing pretty okay at the moment, and Arasoc haven't lost any hit points. They're still trying to bleed XPT, but there is not a lot of time. Door is pretty much far away from where the most of XPT tanks are, so I think Door is going to be the lynch point. I'm not sure if it's the right term, but it's pretty much the bait for XPT. If XPT decides to push on Door, and I think what Arasoc is going to do is to push onto C. And let's see what XPT is going to do. Arasoc is tentatively going in. Oh, I think we could see a big push coming in from Arasoc. Augia, big shot onto RB, dropping the tungsten shell. At the same time, Arasoc is trying to get Manhattan out of the way. Is this push going to work? This is going to be a really tight push. But at the moment, we are seeing Mo and also H5 going in to take out Leisurefish. And Manhattan is going to be in deep trouble. Now, Augie, Hero is being taken out. It's now a 7 versus 6. Capwoods are still with Arasoc, but Augie is down. And the Capwoods are now in huge favor of XBT. Manhattan is out of the fight. And Leisurefish is still alive. It's a 6 versus 5 situation. Door is still full health. But if Arasoc is able to still see, they will have some breathing space. But I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. Leisurefish is now dead. C will be captured. And now the focus from XBT will be on to Door. Door tries really hard to get RBT out of the way. And will he get a kill? Will he get a kill? XBT are just in position to prevent a kill from Door. And Mo goes in to get RBT. And then the focus is now onto Ayaka. Arasoc trying really hard to win this one. But they cannot afford to lose another tank. Karen has to land a shell onto Ayaka. This is getting really close. But great kill onto Ayaka. Good cap stop there. But it's a 3 versus 3. 3 versus 2 in this situation. And then there is H5. He is a one-shot though. Karen is the focus. But it's a miss. Oh no, I don't know if Arasoc is going to pull this through. Can Mo survive? I don't know. This is getting too close for comfort. Mo has to put a shell in. Great shell. One shot only. Arasoc. Mo has to stay alive. Can he do that? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. This is so close. 2 tanks are down. Oh my god. H5 is really trying to stay alive for as long as they could. Arasoc, can they pull this through? 985. Arasoc overtaking Habs. Arasoc, get this. Oh my god. What a game. What? How did Arasoc pull this through? What a win. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is... XBT. They were in such a great situation. They've done so well shooting one another. They played their hearts out, but Arasoc, you should never underestimate Arasoc cap play. They have shown to us countless of times they can steal your caps. They will try their best to get the cap lead back, and they will not give up. Anyway, what a win that was! Huge win for Arasoc. We didn't see that coming, do we? What a win! That was on fire. They were on fire. We have a lot more people joining in. Yes, thank you very much. Let's get to more than 40 viewers at one point. I am flabbergasted. What a game. What a game. Jesus, that was so close. Okay, we have more results coming in. Risk 2-1 against Insert, the number 1, and GB 2-0 against Nemat. Group 2 we have, oh dear, SBZ 2-0 against Nomad, and UKill 2-0 against Insert. UKill with an upset. How did that happen? For sure, I don't know what happened to Insert. We could potentially see Insert not being in the top 8 tonight, if that's the case. Oh, SDIJ 2-1 against NQRY, and at least that will seal them the 3rd place, and that is very important. Lemur is still playing against EVG. Oh wow, this is going to be a night of a lot of upsets. If Inserts are out of top if Insert finish in the 4th place, oh dear, we'll go back to the slide and see the cups difference. Insert, if they finish in the 4th place, the gap between Insert and XPT are currently 3,077. So they should be safe still, but it will be too close for comfort. NEMAT and EVG, and then also TSIA, Lemur and also SBZ will be the ones to look out for. Can they get the 1st place? If they do, they will overtake Insert. But let's go back to the room as we will focus our attention on to XPT versus TSIA. It's all or nothing for XPT. That was a shocking. That was a surprising defeat. They could have won this. Wow. XPT. They are now on Normandy. This time they will take a Super Conqueror, a 60 TP, a Kronwagen, a T95 E6, and MLE, a T110E5, and JTFK, and a 121B. Over to TSIA side, we have Sunny in the Strift K, double IS7, a 121B, double T110E5, and Disappearing Poland in the T95 E6. Both teams are fighting for a spot in the top 8. Can they do this? Can they more pressure onto XPT actually, because if they drop out now, that's one spot gone. And TSIA, they don't feel as much pressure because they know their chances to getting into the top 8 are really, really low. So essentially, they have to win the 1st place in order to go in order to surpass any team above the current top 8 teams. So TSIA, they have to do really, really well, but can they do this? I don't know. Is the honest answer. But that will be a lot to do. Let's find out here. XPT versus TSIA, lower bracket 1st round in one of the tightest groups for tonight. XPT, they cannot afford to go on tilt now. That was a tough pill to swallow against Arasoc. That tiebreaker, they could have won it, but Arasoc made sure they are not going to drop any important cups tonight. They want the top 8 so badly. XPT also wants the top 8 so badly too.
Let's get this show on the road.
So let's see. XPT, red team from the south spawn with TSIA, blue team from the north spawn. Who will come up on top in this matchup? Let's follow MVN in the 1-1B. Going to do some spotting and Disappearing Poland, trying to hold down. TSIA being more of the aggressive team. Oh, they're just going to push through. NVN in the 1-1B, pushing through, trying to take out USA. Oh my god, XPT will be surprised about this move. And TSIA, they would be happy that they didn't bleed too much, although Disappearing Poland and Sunny Dose bleed a lot. But this is pretty much CIS server. TSIA just goes through and XPT is punishing TSIA for doing this. TSIA trying to rely on the focus fire to bring them through. They took out USA and they're now trying to focus T21. 2 tanks down for TSIA already, and Sunny Dolls trying to stay alive. And he cannot stay alive. And it's now a 5 versus 6. Hit points now in favor of TSIA. TSIA, they lost MVN as well. Oh, both teams. TSIA now steadily losing the focus fire. They are now trying to tag Ayaka. XPT's focus fire is trying to show in full force, but I think JTFK is now stuck, and Fotia is trying to aid in that push. But look at this! Look at this move by Fotia, trampling onto JTFK, gets the tank out. Important kill right there. Operation is now a one shot, and also Ayaka is also a one shot. Meanwhile, we have TSIA winning this fight over here. Great focus fire onto RBT. XPT would lose the first battle. What a push from TSIA. They continued their push. They did not regret that push. And their focus fire was on point. And XPT will lose the first one. Unfortunately. Great battle. I mean, at this point, you don't really want... you don't really need that focus fire. I mean, the hit points might suggest otherwise, but in terms of the guns, you can't really do anything about that. Manhattan is going to struggle a lot. How did PSI pull this off? What a match! Fotia is trying to chase down Manhattan, and Fotia trying to trample onto another tank. 2 tanks he has trampled here. Fotia gets the kill. Or is it Fotia? I think it's Fotia. Fotia. I think I checked the pronunciation, but then I forgot. Fotia. Sorry. 5 tanks Stone 2k for TSIA and also XPT. 4 tanks Stone 2k. That was so close, but TSI's focus fire was good. Pretty good. Pretty solid. And they are really getting the momentum, feeling the momentum here. 1-0 for TSIA. I'm afraid if XPT lose against TSIA, they're over. And Arasoc and TSIA, the gap between them. I'm just going to do the calculation real quick. Gap between Arasoc and TSI currently. If I go back to lounge for a moment, it is 3,916. So if we have a grand final between Arasoc and TSIA, Arasoc can afford to be in the second place. It won't be enough tandem for TSIA to go above Arasoc. Okay, so that's all you need to know if about Arasoc and TSIA. Looking at the lineup here, will TSIA do something similar? Will XPT do something completely different here? I mean, a lot of teams, what they're trying, they're just going for a YOLO push onto XPT. And I don't think XPT will appreciate teams always thwarting their initial game plan. But this is tournaments. High-level tournaments are all about thwarting opponent's game plan and also reacting to what you're receiving. Teams that could react to what the other team is doing and respond to that well would be at a higher position. And teams that struggle to adapt would fall behind. And XPT currently are in danger of doing that. And TSIA, are they going for a full YOLO push again? This time we're going to see, let's follow JTFK in a 1-1B, the only medium tank on the battlefield. And he's having some issues. Or maybe not. He hasn't spotted a lot of tanks. That is not giving XPT a lot of information. The TSI will get C. But XPT are now fully ready for a push. They are hesitating for at the moment. NVN is getting the beating of XPT. But TSIA reacted immediately because XPT has now pushed C21 pretty low. NVN is the first tank out, but TSIA is trying to tag Ayako off the way. Great Sage is now in the fight. Hit points are still neck and neck. So great kill onto Ayaka is now 6 versus 6. Hit points are now still neck and neck. Ryan Fury very, very low in the reactive armor, trying to put a shot onto RBT. Full tier is now out of the fight, and we could very well lose C21. Yes, this is the case. Manhattan is now dead. It's now 4 versus 4. Sunny Dolls is now in deep trouble. It's a Crown Varga doesn't allow of DPM. Great Sage, big shot onto CBT. He's trying to bleed because he has a lot of hit points. So is Operation Overlord. So he's going to go in to shed some hit points away. I love how TSIA is trying to do with the hit point pool sharing. But XPT would definitely know this. And then Sunny Dolls is just reloading the full clip. But he has fired prematurely. Now only has one clip. One shell in this clip. Great kill onto Great Sage. But JTFK is on fire. This is a big fire. And Operation gets the kill onto JTFK. 3 versus 3 now. Disappearing Poland is trying to run away. USA still full health. And Giorno is also pretty healthy too. Great shot onto Operation Overload. But RBT is now dead. And Disappearing Poland is trying to brawl with USA. Trying to get a bounce from USA. But he will not get a bounce. It's 2 versus 2 now. Hit points in favor of XPT. And Sunny Doll is now on a reload, on a drum reload, and this is going to be crucial. Operation Overload and Sunny Dolls have to work well together. And Giorno is it's a 2-shot essentially, and USA is still really healthy. But TSIA have a cap lead at the moment. So this 2 versus 2 fight, it is all down to to teamwork between these two teams. It will be advantage for TSIA if they win this one, because that will bring them to a match point. Meanwhile, XPT, they want to bring it to a tie so that they're still in the game. It will be very crucial. But the problem here is XPT, they're spreading out, but TSIA are not. If TSIA know that USA is a nice little tank, that means XPT will be in deep trouble. But what I think XPT is trying to do is trying to create crossfire, but for Giorno and also Giorno to stay safe. But I don't know. This is going to be really tight. I think Sunny Doll's trying to get B, trying to use the Carcass shield, but it's going to be really difficult because Giorno will be able to reset B, as you can see here. So he can't really do that. And XPT is trying not to lose hit points. 2 versus 2. This is getting really tight. But XPT will be the one that needs to do something. ESI doesn't need to do much unless XPT captures in our base. Oh dear, this is getting really intense. Operation Overload. Can't get a shot in. However, I think Sunny Dolls might be in deep trouble. I love what he's trying to do at the moment. He's trying to reverse. Trying to put Operation Overload back in front. Great reading by TSIA. So that means USI cannot clip out Sunny Dolls, but I think that could change. USA now trying to find a way to kill Sunny Dolls. I think USA is trying to find that breakthrough, but Sunny Dolls is trying to, you know, make it extremely difficult. And XPT aren't doing that much at the moment. Giorno fired and hit nothing. An Operation Overload will try capture B again. This is what he's trying to do. Will XPT be able to reset Operation Overload? No, Operation Overload will go back out. Now there's still 2 minutes left to go. Oh! USA fired one and landed one. Sunny Dolls put the second shell in. Operation Overload now on an adrenaline, on the reactive armor as well, and USA is now on a full reload. Oh my god, this is a misplay from XPT. I'm afraid Sunny Dolls going to get a kill. I think onto USA, but Sunny Dolls is out. It's a 1 versus 1 now. Both tanks. It's all about whoever gets the shots This is going to be a fight of the century. Oh my god. Giorno, Operation Overload. Both of them cannot afford to make a big mistake here. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. 1 minute left to go. TSIA still has the cap lead. But you never know if XPT Giorno will momentarily drop into A. Oh no, I mean C? No, I don't think Giorno's going to go for C. It's too far away. But Operation Overload wants to get a shot in. Giorno drops down. Now Operation Overload is on the high ground. That will be advantage to Overlord. Oh, Giorno, what was that shot? Oh, on an adrenaline, trying to tempt Overlord to brawl. But I think Overlord is playing this one safe. I think he's also waiting for the reactive armor to come alive. Now the reactive armor is here. But who is going to reload more quickly? Is it Operation Overlord or is it Giorno? It's going to be Overlord! With that kill. And TSIA leads 2-0 against XPT. Match point to TSIA. Last chance for TSIA and last chance for XPT. If they do not win the next one, they are going to settle for the 4th place and they will not be in the top 8 of the spring season. All to play for here. TSIA looking very confident at the moment. 2-0. And y'all voted for Arasoc to be in the top 8 and XPT, they're in danger. Yeah, we are on Rockfield. Can XPT fool some batters back? We will take a look at some of the results. Inserts are in danger as well. Nigmat and Insert still playing. Insert and Norman are still playing. And NQRY, Lieber lost 1-2 to EBG, so it will be NQRY versus Lieber. And then, I don't know, anything could happen. This is going to be a really tight last day for the APAC server. Hold on tight. No one is safe. I mean, none of NQRY, Arasoc and Insert are safe in the top 8 at the moment. XPT against TSIA, we're on Rockfield. 15 more seconds to go, all to play for. No time to waste, no time to contemplate about the mistakes of the last battle. XPT, this is the time to step up and show to us why they deserve to be in the top 8. And as for TSIA, this is just only the beginning. An important win against XPT would be good, but they have to go beyond that. XPT versus TSIA. XPT, they have to get all the chances they have to win against TSIA. TSIA, they will, with that performance, that could potentially see them as favorites to take the Challengers Tournament. XPT Red Team from the south spawn going mostly to away, with TSIA from the north spawn going for going to spread out actually. TSI taking no light tanks, with XPT also taking no light tanks. These two teams, I think TSI don't like the light tanks or medium tanks, but I think the first battle they take their lights and mediums. RBT spotted, trying to go for A. Can he get A? Can he get A? TSI immediately dropping into B. If TSI can get B, that will bring TSI a strong advantage, and I don't know why XPT have sent no one for B. I think they are assuming that TSI are mostly on A, so they're trying to go for a YOLO push. A great job to TSIA for resetting A, but TSIA are bleeding too. And this is not going to be good if they keep on bleeding. But but they will have 2 caps compared to XPT with only 1. So pressure is mounting on XPT, and TSIA, they had to stop bleeding. Hip was still in favor of TSIA though, but they really have to be aware of this. OC31's trying to go for B. Now TSIA, the double T110E5s, are they able to shut C21 down? Good shots onto C21. I say one of them bounce. Oh my god! Stunning those! Ammo wrecked! What on earth? That is going to change the game entirely. But at the same time, C21 is down to 2 shots. The hippos are still neck and neck though, but TSIA has lost the tank. And that is going to hurt them a lot. And XPT are now feeling the momentum here. They're trying to push onto Operation Overlord. And TSIA, they cannot give up. They have to maintain this advantage with the cap lead. Operation Overlord's trying to hide there, but I'm not sure in the incoming focus fire from XPT is this going to work. But we're going to be seeing Great Sage 1 versus 1. Votia against Giorno 1 versus 1. I think XPT are trying to bring this to a lot of 1 versus 1 fights, which they're probably going to lose. But 4 tanks still on the high ground. Operation Overload. Good shot to JDFK. JDFK is down. C21 is down. Important kill right here for TSIA. TSIA loses Operation Overlord. And Disappearing Pole is struggling to stay alive. And Votia is potentially losing that 1v1 fight. Great Sage. I don't know. We are on to more than 800 cap points for TSIA though. The hit points are still in huge favor of XPT. At 5 versus 5. TSIA doing as much as they could to maintain the cap lead. But they're going to lose B. XPT have put 2 tanks onto B. Votia in that Super Conqueror trying to get Giorno out of the way. Disappearing Poland doing everything he could to stay alive, but he will be taken out by Manhattan. XPT takes B, and they're trying to get 2 tanks out of the way. Double 60 TPs. Giorno is now down to a 1 shot. Ryan Beery cannot put a shot onto Manhattan now. MVN, can he put a big shot onto Manhattan? If he could kill Manhattan, that would be big. TSIA still hanging on, but Manhattan will be going to C. XPT is going to put every tank onto C, and now there will be a cap stop for TSIA. MVN's going to go down. That's it. XPT will win this one. That important ammo rack changes everything. Manhattan gets C. And Votia. Oh, good kill to Manhattan, but this is going to be enough. Is this going to be enough? MVN is down. XPT, they need to get C. They need to get a cap reset on C. Now, Votia against RBT potentially 1v1. RBT is ready for this. Votia cannot get A, unfortunately. But will Ayaka put a shot onto Votia? It's a miss, sadly. Oh dear. I think XPT is going to get this one. Well done to XPT. They brought it back to 1-2. Comeback is on for XPT. The comeback is on. What a game. XPT. That ammo rack could totally change the fate. XPT, what a tremendous win this is for them. They're bringing this to a 1-2. TSI is still on the match point, however. We're going back to Rockfield, and I don't know, can TSIA win another one, or are we going to be seeing a tiebreaker? TSIA now going to be taking triple 60TP, double T110E5s, an IS4, and a T95 E6 XPT, double 1-3s, one IS4, one IS7, a Super Kong, a 60TP, and a T100 LTA. Oh gosh, this is closer than I thought. Do we have results on other groups? Insert in trouble at the moment. Do we have results? We do not yet. NQRY 3-0 against Lemur, so Lemur's chances in the top 8 are well over. and NQRY would probably be safe now. That will be an important win for NQRY, and let's go back to this XPT versus TSIA. Now we can say Lieber is out of running. How about Libat? Is Libat out of running? Or will XPT be out of running? Will Insert be fighting for their lives to hope that none of the teams below them will get the first place? Alright. Let's find out now. XPT versus TSIA.
Move out.
XPT red team from the north spawn, TSIA blue team from the south spawn. Oh wow. XPT red team over to the A area, and TSIA blue team also over to the A area. Are we seeing a brawl? TJTFK in the only light tank. This is going to be really important. JTFK, can he carry his team? Can he bring the team to a tiebreaker? This is going to be the battle of their lives. TSIA looking to stop RBT from getting. Hey, look at this cap stop here. Nicely done. Sunny Doll's trying to put a shot onto Ayaka, but it doesn't seem to hit. Great Sage receives a hit, and Operation Overlord receives a hit as well. So it's actually a great start for XPT. JDFK knows there is someone going capturing the C cap. So XPT, what they're doing, they're going to push, but they're going to be met with resistance. C21 tries to get Sunny Doll off the way, but receives a big hit from Fotia, and now TSIA needs to shut the tank down. And Great Sage lands the shot over to C21, but I think Sunny Dolls will not last for long. The entire XPT team have pushed on to Sunny Dolls, and TSIA, they're still trying to regroup. Operation Overlord pretty much out of the fight. I think this push from XPT could work, but they are also bleeding a lot, and TSIA is still struggling a little bit with the focus fire. Now the XPT has stopped pushing, and Botia is in deep trouble. NVN has received a couple of hits here, but I think Botia is in deep trouble. NVN, I think TSIA is struggling to cope with the push, and now Operation Overlord has now come in. TSIA is trying to flank from behind, but TSIA needs to get the focus fire on point. They are focusing different targets at the moment, meaning XPT is sharing him with nicely, and they're going to lose Fotia as well. Now, Operation Overlord kills Ayaka, but is this going to be enough? Great Sage focus for XPT. NBN is also focused for XPT. Great Sage is going to receive a big shot from Giorno, and will get taken out by Giorno. It's now a 6 versus 4. Disappearing Polar, great shot onto JTFK. I think it's XTPK, XPT will get the win. Oh, Overlord, important misplay there. Wasn't able to kill the tank, and it's now a 5 versus 3. TSIA is going to lose this one. NVN is out of the fight, and Ryan Fury is going to put a shot onto Manhattan, gets the kill. Disappearing Poland is out of the fight, and look at how important that light tank is. The JDFK gets crucial information, spots the tank, a heavy tank capturing C, called for his team to push, and TSIA was not paying a lot of attention. They were struggling with the focus fire, and XPT just kept on pushing and pushing, and JTFK, very important figure for XPT, and this is why you need to take a light tank. It is this kind of information that is going to decide whether you want to push, you should push or not. XPT 4 tanks to more than 2k, and TSIA 3 tanks to more than 2k, and XPT are now on a match point as well. Tiebreaker. Now, pressure is on both teams, but XPT will feel buoyed by that performance. That is a performance of their lives, and I don't know. Insert is through. Insert is through. They have beaten Nomad 3-1. It doesn't matter for Nomad. Nomad is through. to the lower bracket final. Is through to the challengers to the professionals tournament anyway. This loss is not going to do much damage to them. We're still waiting for Nebat versus Insert with the number 1. But Insert is guaranteed a 3rd place, and that will put them safer in the top 8. XPT versus TSIA. We are now on to TSIA 2-2, all to play for. Arasoc still playing against ITBD. But SBZ have beaten 3-0 against UKill, which means SBZ are now in the grand final. And UKill will play against Insert again. Not this, it's Group 2, isn't it? Yeah, Group 2. We will update the leaderboard as we speak. And let's go in. TSIA XPT versus TSIA. NQRY, Arasoc, and also Insert are still in the running, are still in the top 8. They have not been eliminated from the competition yet. But Insert can breathe a huge sigh of relief after that performance against Nomad 3-1. It is the case. So XPT, I don't say they know this result yet, but this is going to matter a lot for their chances in the top 8. XPT, red team from the North spawn, JTFK in the light tank, but this time TSI also take a light tank. NVN is doing that. Ryan Fury is spotted. And C21 tries to put a shot, but none of them have managed to penetrate. But USA put a great shot, but NVN tries to spot, but gets shot at while trying to do that. Folks here trying to get save. I'm not sure if it's going to be successful. Takes a big hit for doing that. Oh, takes a double tap. I think TSI has split a lot already at the start. This is a great advantage for XPT. They have not lost any hit points. And Operation Overlord tries to go for B, but I'm not sure if this is going to be worth it. They're going to lose a lot of hit points in doing that. TSI haven't been able to bleed XPT. XPT, the best start they could have ever imagined. But this is not over yet for XPT. Good shot onto Brian Fury. Now the hit points are in huge favor of XPT. Oh dear. XPT looking solid. We can see this Disappearing Bullet and NVN rotating. This could be better news for XPT because XPT will be able to spearhead that push. But at the same time, JTFK might be in trouble. We could see NVN spotting both tanks. Will XPT push? Will XPT push? That's a million-dollar question. Good shot to Operation Overlord. But you can see JTFK is in a bit of a tricky situation, but NVN takes a double tap. So far so good for XPT. They haven't lost too many hit points. TSIA are spreading out. So TSIA is in a worse situation. Now they are down by more than 3k of hit points. Good shot onto JTFK. And now we are seeing A being captured by TSIA, so cap point advantage to TSIA. But XPT, they have to maintain the hit point pool lead in order to win this one. Ryan Fury is in a tough situation. I don't know what will happen. But TSIA have to do really well in the trading game. And it's going to be pretty unlikely for them to win this one. Disappearing Polar takes a hit. Giorno tries to put a shot onto Disappearing Polar, but a bit too late. Sunny Dolls takes a hit. Manhattan takes a hit. TSIA still limping. Trying their best to trade more effectively. Operation Overlord in this situation. Takes an HE splash. RBT looks to put a shot onto Overlord. Yes, that's a great shot. Overlord tries to side straight, but I don't think he is successful in doing so. Manhattan tries to bring it to a 1v1. Good shot onto Overlord. Oh, C21 is down! Where did that happen? Good push from TSIA. Over to C, but at the same time, XPT is trying to get Operation Overlord out of the way. Operation Overlord is going to go down. Good shot to Giorno, but game is on. XPT has lost one tank, but also TSI has lost one tank. Sunny Dolls quite low in the strip K. Our XPT trying to retake A, and XPT will try and get B at the same time. Disappearing Poland trying to pull a shot in. Good shot to Manhattan. TSIA tried to trade more effectively than XPT. XPT might have dropped the ball. Good cap onto A, but Giorno is trapped here now. Disappearing Poland gets taken out. Important kill, but Giorno also gets taken out. NVN. Sunny Dolls will be in deep trouble. Red Sage still full health. If I were Red Sage, I would try to push Manhattan. You never know. Sunny Dolls. I don't know. Sunny Dolls, can he pull this off? If he can kill a tank, that is good. But I don't think he's going to do that. Good shot to JTFK. But I think RBT is going to get the kill. It's now a 5 versus 4. Hit points still in favor of XPT at the moment. Greg Sage dropping the reactive armor. Try to put a shot onto Manhattan. But his attention will turn to Ayaka instead. Ayaka is lower in health. And we only have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. But Ray Sage misses the shot. Ray Sage already lost a lot of shots. Great shot to Ayaka, but can Rhyme Fury stay alive? Fotier is trying to come in to support Rhyme Fury, and Rhyme Fury is trying to use the building to side straight. And Manhattan's trying to kill Rhyme Fury. It's a kill. Important kill it is. 1v1. Ayaka versus Ray Sage. Ray Sage cannot afford to bounce that one. Ray Sage has to kill Ayaka. It's a bounce. Oh no. I think XPT will get this one. Ayaka try to use this. Oh! It's a bounce again. I don't know. Capwood's still in favor of XPT, but Great Sage cannot afford to bounce this one. It will not be Great Sage getting the kill. JTFK gets killed. 3 versus 2. Great Sage is not going to last for long. Good shot to Manhattan by Fotier, but RBT is going to put a shot onto Fotier. Fotier dropping the reactive armor. What a comeback win for XPT. NVN is out. Fotier. Good shot onto RBT, but I don't think that will be enough. That ammo rack changed everything. TSIA started the first 2 battles so well, but XPT gained momentum. And now XPT are back in the fight. Great win by XPT. Such an important win for XPT. 3-2 against TSIA. They have qualified to a lower bracket final, and I feel really happy about them. They totally deserve to be in the to the upper bracket lower bracket final after such a huge performance against TSIA. 3-2. We're going to be seeing Arasoc versus XPT again. 3-2. Wow. What a night. And this is going to decide everything. XPT will feel really happy about that performance. And Arasoc, this is going to be going to decide whether Arasoc will be in the top 8 or not. This is going to be a lot to deal with. Nemat is through. 3-2 against Insert with the number 1. As they lost to... As Risk lost to GV1-3 and Nemat 3-2 against Insert with the number 1. EVG 3-1 against SDIJ. And SDIJ will be playing against NQRY. ID 3-1 against Arasoc. Ooh. But we can safely say TSIA is out of running. Liber is out of running. Let's actually update the Cups leaderboard now. And Risk and Insert. I got the wrong scoreline for Insert versus yeah, so I will change that very quickly. Should be Nemat winning 3-2. not the other way around. Okay, wait a second. Alright, so here, this is the Cups leaderboard. Say that the top 8 teams are still in the running, but EVG, NEMAT, and SPZ are now in the 10th, 11th, and 12th place. Really looking for Arasoc, the Cups, and the teams above them. Nomad losing will not hurt them anyway. In the second place currently, but we will look at the gap. So we can completely ignore the 4th place. So we can completely ignore this row here, and it is going to be these two numbers, to be between these two numbers. And as you can see, teams below XPT will not be able to take Arasoc if they finish second. Of course, they finish first, they will overtake Arasoc and Insert. But Arasoc and Insert will want to qualify to the grand final. So we'll go back to the room. I think we are going to be seeing the game now, very soon. Arasoc on Oasis Palm. So we're back on Oasis Palm. So are they going to do something similar? XPT, JTFK back in the T100 LT. So XPT will take an M60, a 6TP, an E5, a Super Conqueror, an IS4, a Kramwagen, Arasoc, triple Kramwagen, T95 E6, double T95 E6, a mouse, and a T110 E5. I didn't have time to say hello to everyone in the chat. But hello to everyone in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. I briefly peeked at the number of views I have so far. Thank you for more than 30 people watching here, and we keep on watching. XPT versus Arasoc. Great comeback win for XPT. Can they continue that performance and take it to Arasoc? Arasoc, this is going to matter a lot. If they don't win against XPT, they are out of top 8.
Let's go.
Let's find out now. XPT, red team from the south spawn. Arasoc, blue team from the north spawn. Oh, looking at JTFK in the T100 LT. Will he be spotting the Arasoc players? JTFK could get spotted going there, but Mo is not looking at that way. Heroi in the mouse. So far, no shots been fired. And XPT are playing this one really defensively, but XPT, JTFK might get a cap on C, and Mo can't reset C. They are allowing XPT to get C. Arasoc are tentatively looking at A. They're figuring out whether they should go for A or not. But Door is going to be the tank to go for A. He's now spotted, and now Arasoc will get A, but it will not matter a lot for XPT, because XPT will still have the cap lead, but are we going to be seeing a push coming from XPT? RBT, Ayaka, and USA are ready, and Arasoc is doing a bit better in the trading game at the moment. JDFK in the light tank is going to battle a lot in the late to mid game stages, and Door might be in deep trouble trying to pull back. Double tap, triple tap, quadruple tap. Oh no. Oh my god. The first tank down. Door is unable to pull back. And the hit points are back in favor of XPT. H5 trying to tag that Leisurefish. But I could imagine the Crown Vargas would be under huge pressure. And Arasoc's trying to reduce the hit point pool deficit. And we could see, oh, misses coming onto Leisurefish. Now the Crown Vargans are trying to come in. Manko is the focus for XPT, now quite low in health. Arasoc in deep trouble. They could very much lose another tank. C21 down to a one shot, gets killed. Karen is trying to bleed to do some hit point pool sharing. But in terms of hit points, still very close to call. Arasoc has the lead again. Now Baruka is on a really long reload. RBT misses the shot. Good shots onto RBT. And now Leisurefish is down to one shot. Hero will get the tank out of the way. 4 versus 5 now. Arasoc with the numerical advantage. Manko is out of the way. RBT is going to go down. Crown Vargan's almost fully reloaded. And looking to put another shot onto RBT. RBT cannot do that. Mo is down to one shot. JTFK looking to kill Mo. Good shot onto JTFK by Mo. Mo goes down. 3 versus 3 now. Focuses onto Ayaka. But XPT is trying to get H5 out of the way. H5 tries to hide. And good shot onto Giorno. But I think JTFK will get the kill. And we can see 2 versus 3 here. Arasoc, Ayaka gets the kill. Hit point still neck and neck. But JTFK, again, very important in that light tank. Karen is now on a really long reload. And Arasoc will suffer from the very low DPM. But the mouse will be a tough tank to penetrate. Giorno. Karen cannot fire the shot too early. Now Hero is down to one shot. Now Karen is trying to figure out which tank to go for. He will go for Giorno, but I believe this is going to go in favor of XPT. 1-0 to XPT. Oh, well done to XPT. Great start to XPT. Arasoc, again, decent focus fire, but the Crown Vargan door left it, might have left it way too late to rotate backwards. So that means XPT will win this one. And JGFK, the light tank, is so important. He is going to be the difference do the difference here. Well done to XPT. 1-0 to XPT. Let's go back and see. XPT. Can they continue this momentum in Arasoc? If they allow XPT to win another one there, then they're in trouble. But then they're no stranger to playing under a disadvantage. They won XPT in the upper bracket first round when they were 1-0 down. Same thing could happen to Arasoc. That's for XPT. What will we expect them to do? Well, let's hope my computer won't crash. Appears to have some crash over here. Just going to see if we have any results coming in. Not yet. The lower bracket first and final are still going on. XPT double T110D5s, a 62A, a T100LT, an MLE, a mouse, and a Super Conqueror. Over to Arasoc's side, we have triple M60, a Strift K, a mouse, and potentially a double Crown Vargan strategy. But Arasoc still not playing a light tank, and I do fear for them because XPT, they are really making use of the light tank and medium tank, especially when we are talking about Oasis Farm, such an important map to take a light or medium, because this means you're going to gain a lot of information. I really don't know whether it's a good idea not to take one here, which shows the importance in the last battle. But how about this battle when we are up against 2 lights and mediums for XPT? Arasoc, they need to prove me wrong on this. But I do have a lot of doubts about this lineup. JTFK trying to make rallying cries right at the start. XPT, did they receive advice from Berlin in their pep talks? They are doing the Berlin's pep talk at the moment. JTFK is the one to make those pep talks, I think. Maybe Berlin's pep talk is out of the blue. We're going into a JTFK's pep talk. But, oh, great early spot from JTFK onto Mo. Hero is spotted. We could see, oh, interesting strat from Arasoc triple M60. Good shot onto JTFK. It's a good idea to try to shut down the light tank early on. Good shot onto RBT again. Arasoc training better than XPT. But Mo wants to put a nutshell onto RBT, but it's not successful. And RBT does their shot onto the dunes, onto the dune. And Mo has to be careful in that position. Will the strategy of Arasoc work out? Now the triple M60 are rotating, which means Mo will be under a lot of pressure. Unless XPT continues to push. XPT tries to blind fire into the bush, but I think Mo would sense something is going wrong. Yeah, I think something is going to go really wrong for Mo. Striff K of H5 keeps on bleeding. And now M60s are rotating back to support the team. I don't know about this. Arasoc still has the hit point pool advantage, but this is minimal, to say the least. We could see XPT hesitating whether to push onto Mo. But the ball could be dropped soon. Yes, you're seeing a push coming in from XPT. Focus is now onto RBT. Track shot onto RBT. The focus fire is now onto RBT. The M60 are trying to kill RBT, but there are a couple of bounces, and RBT is out. Mo is now out of the fight. It's a 6 versus 6. We can see Karen trying to brawl with AMX MLE here. Manko H5 took a fire, important fire. This is going to send Arasoc into a hit point pool disadvantage. Karen is now on a drum reload. Manko's now trying to tag Manhattan and Hero in the mouse. He has to be really careful. He has to buy as much time as possible. Hero is going to put a base shot onto the action finish. Yes. And now Arasoc's trying to get Manhattan out of the way. The M60 are still hanging on. They've kept XPT at bay, and they're bleeding better at the moment. Manko on a drum reload. Karen now on a really long reload. Now Hero is in a bit of a situation because the light tank and the medium tank are trying to get Hero out of the fight. Leisure Fish, can he survive just in time? JTFK dropping the adrenaline. This is going to be important. Great kill to Hero, and Karen bounces the shell again. Arasoc really struggling, and Manko is almost is going to kill Manhattan, but I think Karen is going to go down. Good shot to JTFK. Karen has to push out to JTFK. Good shot. That brings JTFK to a one-shot here. It's a 5 versus 4. A lots of one-shots for both teams. Ayaka one-shot. H5 still helps. Still hanging on. Good shot onto Giorno. Great track shot, but now Striff K. Can he do this? The DPM is similar for both of these tanks, and Giorno gets the kill onto H5. Orgia going in, and now Baruku has to get a kill or two, but he's now on drum reload, and I think this is going to bring XPT. Oh, I think this is it. I think this is going in favor of XPT. 2-0 now. Great win by XPT, and Arasoc, those misses and bounces again costing them the game, and it's 2-0 victory for XPT. Is now all or nothing for Arasoc. They have 3 wins. They need to win 3 in a row in order to best XPT. We are now on to Naval Frontier. Well done to XPT, and they're feeling very confident about this. But the game is not over yet. we're going to be seeing Insert 3-1 against UQ, and I believe this performance will send Insert pretty much to safety. Insert pretty much to safety. As for Group 3 is still going on, STIJ versus NQRY. But pressure is on to Arasoc now. The lack of light and medium tank is it's really costing them the fights. In Arasoc, no time. This is a last chance. They really need that light tank, unfortunately. JTFK dropping the light tank. Jono will take the T62A. They still have a light and medium, which is good news for them. So they still have the information. And Arasoc continues to take no lights or mediums. There are 30 more seconds to go. Arasoc still, they're panicking a little bit. No, they are finalizing their lineup. They're going to be taking no mediums or lights still. Double 1-3. 9-7, a Crown, a E5, a 60TP, and a Type 71 XPT. Can they bring it to a 3-0 win? Or will Arasoc be able to do something interesting? Let's find out now. Okay, let's go up high and see where both teams can go. XPT red team from the south spawn, going mostly to AB, and Arasoc blue team from the north spawn, going mostly to B and C. And Manko, oh no, did he ping out? Oh dear, oh dear. This is going from bad to worse. Manko now back in the game, but they're going to start this game with potentially a 1 tank down. And good shots onto Ayaka, but RBT will get B uncontested potentially. And XPT will get A as well, so the advantage is with XPT. They will have B, and they will get A in no time. Good shots onto JTFK. So Arasoc is starting this one not that well, but they have the hit point pool advantage, and that's all they need to do if they want a good push in the middle of the game. Now, Arasoc gets C, but how much time do we have left? 5 cap points per 2 seconds increase. Great shot to USA by Ruku. But we are talking about just over a minute to go before Arasoc has to do something. XPT is going to do whatever they can to maintain the cap lead and avoid losing more hit points. But we can see Hero driving in. Good shot onto RBT. Now, XPT keeps on believing Hero might be in trouble. But Baruku is there to support Hero, so C21 cannot push it just yet. And another shot onto C21, so Arasoc is doing really good, is doing really well in the trading, but they cannot push yet. XPT have the angles, as they are waiting for Door from of the Kranwagen to do something here. And XPTF also led Arasoc. Shots onto Mo and also H5. Oh, that could potentially mean we're seeing a push coming in soon. Lots of shots going in. H5 actually in deep trouble. Going in alone. I don't know why, but he will go down first. It's going to be 7 versus 6 here. And we could see Door getting pushed by Manhattan and John. I think this is going really, really well for XPT here. Although they do not have the hit point pool advantage, but they have the numerical advantage, and that's what matters the most, in my opinion. Door is going to go down, and that will bring it to a 5 versus 5 now. Important kills from XPT, but Ruku is going to go down to Ayaka, but USA is going to be under a lot of trouble. The cap points are still with Arasoc at the moment, and Arasoc is trying to get A and B, and now XPT is trying to get C back. But that was not a good shot from Heroi onto USA. Ogia gets the kill. 4 versus 4. It's still too close to call, but Manko is still full health. Heroi has to stay alive. And XBT will be looking to shut down Heroi. Heroi, can he stay alive? Mo is a one shot, however. They can't get A though. Arasoc can't get A. So the Capos are still with our XBT at the moment. WZ113 to try and kill those tanks of XBT. They have to work together. Good shot onto Manhattan. And now Mo is tasked to kill Manhattan, but he couldn't do that. Jono gets the important kill near B. And the 1-3s are struggling to kill C21. Manko going forward. Now trying to get a shot onto C21. He gets the kill, but Augie is down to one shot. Jono is going to get a kill. Manko will get a kill onto Manhattan. It's a bounce again. Arasoc with those bounces. Oh my god. But if Arasoc loses another time, it's all over. It's all over. Unless Manhattan gets killed. It's now a 2 versus 2 here. Hipwood's now in favor of XPT. And Arasoc. Can they do this? I don't know. But XPT will be very close in winning this one. Now, Arasoc is very, very low. And XPT are through. 3-0 against Arasoc. Arasoc is out of top 8. Well done and congratulations to XPT. And they are going to join ID in the grand final. 3-0 victory against Arasoc. Such an important win. Arasoc will be fighting in the Challengers tournament. They are out of contention. XPT have overtaken Arasoc on the leaderboard. Well done to XPT. Great performance in the lower bracket final. Such an important win from XPT. And Arasoc will feel really, really gutted about this. They have they were in top 8 and now they're not going to be in the top 8. And there we go. Do we have more results coming through? Maybe we do. Let's find out now. Risk 3-0 against Nemat. So Nemat's chances in the top 8 are over. And next we have SDIJ 3-0 against NQRY. And there we go. We can update the leaderboard here. So it'll be GB versus Risk in the grand final. SVZ versus Insert in the grand final. EVG versus SDIJ. And finally, we have XPT versus ID. Well done to XPT tonight. They did not give up after being in such a dire situation. And leaderboard will be as follows. XPT have overtaken Arasoc in the Cups leaderboard. They are now in the 8th place. NQRY in the 7th place. SDIJ rising to the 5th place and Insert in the 6th place. And the only clans that are still in the running are EVG and SBZ. We can take a look at the gap. The gap between the 1st and 2nd place. NQRY is not in the running. So can NQRY be overtaken tonight? Let's find out now. The gap between the 1st place and the 3rd place is 5,222. So that could mean EVG can overtake NQRY if EVG win their group. How about Nemat? How about SPZ? Not able. SPZ will not be overtaking NQRY, so it all remains to be seen if XPT can win the group against Team ID. If not, then they have to rely on either EVG or SPZ are not winning their group. However, if SPZ win, they have to hope that EVG do not win. So now the pressure is on to EVG. They must win that group, and that is potentially likely. We can see the finalists of tonight. SBZ, insert. The finalists of Group 2. Group 3, we have EVG versus SDIJ. Group 4, we have ID versus XPT. And finally, Group 1, we have Risk versus GV. Okay, we have only 1 more minute to go. I just have to confirm that I have the right 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. All depends on this one. XPT, if they want to be in the top 8, they have to win against Team ID. Will Team ID allow XPT to do that? Let's find out here. That's a sense. ID, double 1-1, a triple 1-1B, double IS7, a Leopard 1, and a Death Star. They're not playing this one seriously, obviously. XPT, on the other hand, they will take triple 1-3s, an IS4, an IS7, a T110E5, and a 60TP. NQRY would be hoping that XPT would not win, and also EVG. This is all or nothing. And that would be very messy. Tonight would be a very messy night. But XPT would be at the advantage now. Arasoc not in the top 8. They will feel really gutted after I said they have a 70% chance of qualifying, but they do not qualify. Now, XPT. What would they make of this lineup of Team ID? Let me just check if I get the right. Yeah, I have the right thing. Hi, Campon. How are you doing? Let's see what ID would bring us here. But they have a strong hit point pool disadvantage. Can XPT do this? Will XPT fluster?
Let's get this show on the road.
Let's find out here. ID, red team from North Spawn, and XPT blue team for the south. You can see ID. They're trying to spot at the start, but if they push right at the start, that could be a problem because XPT are totally ready for this. Oh, we can see shots coming in from ID. Oh, big shot onto USA. That Death Star fired a big shot. ID is totally ready for this. And now XPT have stopped pushing it. LDS and Middle Crosser are holding this area. Now ID might have to do something here because XPT is going to rush the double IS7s, but XPT are hesitating. The hit points are still in favor of XPT, however, and Middle Cross is now out of the fight. Florianica is trying to tackle C21, and now Death Star is on the drum reload, and LDS is now safe for now. But look at this, XPT still has the hit point pool advantage, and they have the numerical advantage, so that's really important for them. Oh, big shot to RBT by the Death Star. ID now has the hit point pool lead back, and LDS misses that shot. Good shot to JTFK, but LDS is now tracked. ID could lose another tank, but XPT, they are low in hit points, but they have a gun up, so this could be important. Good shot to JTFK. JTFK is now down. It's now 6 versus 6. RBT is a one shot as well. ID might be able to win this one. Campon coming from this angle, looking to put a shot onto Ayaka. It's pandemonium, but ID is winning this fight with this lineup. We don't know how, but ID surely knows what they're doing with the focus fire, and also the communication was just superb. Even with this setup, they are going to win this fight. How on earth did ID do this? 1-0 to ID, and XPT will feel really gutted. Now, NQRY will feel delighted about this. At the moment here, NQRY will be about XPT. And ID, how on earth did they win this one? Licolera in that Death Star did a lot of damage, to be honest with you, and that will send a lot of shockwaves to XPT after fighting so hard against Arasoc and TSIA. They don't want to be humiliated like that, but it is ID winning this. Now ID will change the lineup. They are going to take 2 TDs, and they will continue with the triple 1-2-1B strategy, and they will take double IS7. And meanwhile, XPT, they need to get the kills more quickly, and they don't want that thing to that situation to happen again. Let's go back and see how much damage Galera did in that Death Star. Well, 4.3k. How on earth did he manage to do that? It was a great start for Team ID. The next VT. Let's see. They are still not safe in the top 8 yet. Results could be against them. SVZ and EVG are the only clans that could overtake them. They are still in the grand final. But more chances for SBZ to take it home because they won against SCIJ first. Let's find out now. Desasan's ID against XPT. Right, let's find out where both teams are going to go. But ID will feel jubilant about that win. That was a big performance. Are they doing the same thing again? And XPT, are they doing something similar last time? What are they going to do? Something completely different. Now that they know what ID was doing in the last battle. I think they're doing something similar. The IS7s are crossing again. And they're not getting punished too much for doing this crossing. And now they've spotted C21 isolated. They are now trying to shut that tank down. Great call, but Galera gets absolutely smacked by the oncoming frostfire from XPT, but C21 will have nothing to do but to go back to the garage with that kill. That's 7 versus 6 already for Team ID, but hit points are still in favor of XPT at the moment. The Galera is very, very low. We could potentially see XPT continue to push through. Frozen has taken a big hit, however. We can see the Galera ready to put a big shot, but Frozen takes another hit. LDS ready to punish whoever pushes through. However, Plorianica and Campon has to be really mindful. They're sticking close to the red line, not putting any shots. LDS is in deep trouble. Does not want to drop any more hit points because the hit point pool lead is still with XPT. Noro takes a shot. They have to play this one really carefully, but I know what ID has in mind. They're hoping that XPT will cross. But if I were XPT, I might want to cross down the middle because that's the weakness for XPT. Spartan Sword and Galera really guarding this one well. Campon takes another hit. In terms of training, both teams are training equally. We could potentially see Campon. Oh, I think the 1-to-1Bs have gone way too deep. And now Campon could be taken out. This is not good news for Team ID. We can see Team ID, they will struggle. They will struggle unless XPT, the 1-3s hesitate. Good shot onto Giorno. Plorianica gets heavily smacked. Oh, double tap. Plorianica down to one shot. I think Plorianica will be taken out. XPT will have the advantage. Good shot onto USA, but can Noro bring this one home? Campon dropping the reactive armor. This is going to be really tight. Spartan Sword, good shot onto JTFK, but gets double tap. Still a 6 versus 6. The 1-to-1B still cooperating really nicely. Good shot onto USA. Now Noro has to come in to support the team. Campon is now after fight, and now Manhattan is joining It's now trying to take out Noru. I think this one will go to XPT. And the Death Star is still here. Not a good shot onto Manhattan, however. Manhattan is now very, very low. 4 versus 4 here. Is there a chance for ID to make a comeback? I don't know. But LDS is a one-shot. Gets killed by JTFK. Hori. XPT have the cap lead, so XPT just have to stay where they are. However, Frozen can get A and still bring the cap lead back in favor of ID, but the TDs aren't really healthy, exactly. And XPT cannot hesitate. Jono coming from below, which is a good call. And Frozen will be in deep trouble. Now he has to hope that he will get a bounce or two. It's a miss from Jono, and Frozen will drop into A without taking a hit from Jono. Important moment here for ID. If they could get, oh, good shot on the Spartan Sword by Manhattan. Now I think this is going to decide the situation. Frozen is out of the way. It's now 2 versus 4. It's all over for Team ID. XPT gets one back. JTFK gets C, and Jono tries to get A. With Golera looking to put a big shot onto Jono. He spotted. And I think XPT will try. We'll be happy about this win. Spartan Sword is out of the fight. Legolera is down to a one-shot. A miss from Legolera, and I think XPT takes us home. 1-1. Well done to XPT. XPT 4 tanks doing more than 2k, and ID also 4 tanks doing more than 2k. We're now on Dynasty's Pro, and the ID are not taking this seriously. Let's see what results for other groups. Yes, I do think so. GB still playing against Risk. EVG 3-1 against SDIJ. That puts them at ahead of NQRY now, as we update the Cups leaderboard as we speak. EVG is now in the 8th place, knocking down no. Oh, EVG. They're not about NQRY. Sorry to NQRY. I made the calculation wrong. NQRY is safe. Sorry about that. Sorry to Nemat, to NQRY. You're safe in top 8. Don't worry now. You should be safe here. I apologize for any nervousness I have implied on to you, but you will be safe in the top 8. Depends on now XPT or EVG. Which clan will be in the top 8? Is it going to be ID or is it going to be XPT? ID will take double their stars, a 2684, a double mouse, a VK, and an object 260. XPT will take a more typical setup. We're on Dynasty's Pro. Let's find out what both is going to do here. Let's have a pie. ID. Not a lot of hit points actually. Despite taking 2 mouses because they have taken 3 TDs. Over to the XPT side, they're going to be going mostly to the park. What will ID have in mind in this battle? Spartan saw in the 260 pretty quick, but stopped on the way. XPT, can they Can they bring this home? We are seeing the Mouses probably going for middle. And the Spartan Sword spotting most of XPT tanks here. Good shot onto C21. Oh, Plorianica takes a hit as well. That's not a great start for ID. Big shot onto JTFK. And then LDS looking over to C. C21 is taking a couple hits. The Frozen getting a bit aggressive. He has to pull back because he does not have a lot of hit points. It's a miss from C21 from Frozen. And that's an actually splash Noru. XPT tries to put a shell in, but I think LDS tries to bait the rest of XPT tanks. Death Star are ready to put shots onto whoever's pushing onto LDS. But XPT is wary of the TDs, but Manhattan might be in a good position now. Let's see. He might be able to put some couple of shots onto LDS, but it will be tight. It will be a tight call. At the same time, Spartan Sword tries to get A. There is a push coming in from XPT onto LDS, but it's taking them some time. The Death Star, I don't think they have penetrated the shots. Noru tries to get B as well, but LDS is in deep trouble. A has been captured by Spartan Sword. That will be an important cap. Meanwhile, Frozen has taken a couple of big shots, and the hit points are still in favor of XPT, and LDS is now in deep trouble. The Death Stars have to come in to push shots, to put big shots in, but the Death Stars are pretty much not in the fight, however. So XPT have done a good job in muting the effectiveness of those Death Stars. Legolira misses the shell. We can see Campon looking to put a big one in. Big one onto Ayaka. Takes one in return from JTFK. Florianica is in deep trouble. And the hit points are still in favor of XPT, but ID has a cap. And ID staying safe for now. Frozen. It's going to be flanking here. It's going to put a shot onto C21. It's not a shot. It's a miss. And 6 versus 7 at the moment. Good shot onto the Golera. That was a blind fire, I think. But XPT, if they can remain calm, they should be able to take this one home. They're trying to capture C. JDFK is trying to brawl with the Golera. Big shots onto the Golera, onto JTFK, and the Golera will get the kill onto JTFK. Great kill there. That pretty much reduces the hit point pool deficit, although XPT still has the hit point pool advantage, and Idol loses the tank. Don't forget about that. And they're still bleeding. Good shot to Spartan Sword by C21. And I don't know. Spartan Sword has to stay calm. Florianica needs to do something here. The Golera and Death Star. Big shot to Manhattan Cafe. And that would send Manhattan Cafe to a one-shot now. Ayaka on adrenaline and also tungsten shell. Can the Golera go into... Oh, great kill from the Golera onto Ayaka. He has gone back to safety just in time, but Spartan Sword is now one shot. And Noru has to put a shot onto C21, but it's a miss. It's a bounce here. Campon going in. Hit points now neck and neck. RBT gets Spartan Sword out of the way. It's a 5 versus 5 situation, but C21 receives another bounce. Frozen gets kill on C21, and RBT bounces the shot. Florianica is going to be killed by Manhattan, and now Campon turning attention to RBT. Big kill onto RBT. Now Giorno is out of the way. The Death Star is working in tandem. Campon down to a one shot. Manhattan gets the kill. And Noru still really healthy. ID with a cap lead as well. That will bring the fight to a 2-1, potentially, in favor of ID, but nothing has been dusted yet. Things have not settled. Manhattan is the last person standing. ID, the Death Stars, those kills are so crucial. If they did not penetrate those shots, it would easily have been XPT victory, and Noru still pretty healthy. There is no chance for XPT. 2-1 for Team ID. Golera tries to fire, but it did not hit anything. And now Noru is trying to drop all to say, and the Golera is almost fully reloaded, trying to put a kill onto Manhattan, and we will see. The Golera, great kill onto Manhattan, and that beats ID 2-1 to XPT, and they are on the match point. Well done to Team ID. What a win. The Golera very important in this one. 5 kills, doing more than 5k of damage. Although Campen also did 2.5k, killing 1. But the Golera, I can't wait to see him play in the Death Star again. In the professionals tournament, he does know how to play the Death Star well. But for now, XPT is going to be in deep trouble, heaps of trouble. 2-1 for ID. How about SBZ? With EVG winning 3-1, SBZ will not be in the top 8 tonight, no matter what. I didn't mean to click that stream. Oh, SBZ's group finished, and it is going to be 3-1 victory in favor of SBZ, meaning it will be SBZ winning Group 2. So SBZ will finish in the first place. But what does this? How is it translate to the Cups leaderboard? We will find out now. Insert will be in the 6th place after finishing in the 2nd place. They have gained enough cups, and SBZ will not be in the top 8. SBZ are out of top 8, sadly. EVG now in the 8th place currently. SBZ in the 9th. XPT in 10th. However, if XPT wins, XPT will go back into the top 8, and EVG and SBZ will be out of top 8. One more game to go for ID, and if they win, then they will be XPT will not be in the top 8 despite winning against Arasoc in such an important game for them. Will ID drag XPT below, and will XPT win 2 in a row to cement them a place in the top 8? NQRY can breathe a huge sigh of relief for now. They are not going to be in the playing the Challenges tournament.
Move out.
That is going to be that we will go down. We will follow this one here. It all depends on this battle. If ID wins, then XPT, they will say goodbye. But ID, they are going to be taking double Mouse, double Death Stars, double T-57 Heavies, and a VK. With XPT, they're taking a double 113s, double E5s, a Mouse, 60 TP, and a Super Conqueror. But we will see cap lead for XPT again. Because ID are not going for A just yet. But LDS, if he's not getting challenged going into A, then potentially XPT would not have the cap lead, but ID might have the cap lead. The Death Stars are ready to put a big shot in. We can see Campon ready to put a big shot onto C, but he's now relocating. Although Florianka takes a hit, it's not game-changing hit. But good shot onto C21 by LDS. Noru doesn't want to risk too much at the moment. They don't want to risk too much. They have to trade better than XPT. The Mouse. Oh, are they trying to put a shot onto USA? Good shots, good double tap. Noru would not receive a hit in return, and it doesn't matter if XPT gets C. They still XPT still did not have the cap lead. Hit point still in favor of XPT, but look at where the T-57 Heavies are. They have already sneaked into XPT spawn, and they are ready to push in when the timing is there. But the Mouses keep on bleeding, which is not nice. They don't want to keep on bleeding. The LDS down to 1.4k. Oh, JTFK has received a big hit from one of the Death Stars. Noru trying to drop into B, and ID keeps on preventing XPT from getting C. Good shots onto C21. Noru takes another hit here. Death Stars, are they ready to land another big one? The T57 Heavy. They need to put some shots. Oh, I think we are seeing another big shot in. But LDS is now very, very low. Frozen is now trying to take place of LDS. But Spartan Sword have to work really well together with Frozen. Because Frozen, good shot onto C21. But the hit points are now in favor of Team ID. Le Golera in the Death Star. Oh, that was a miss. That was a miss. Torianica in the VK. Noru in the bounce. Both RBT and Torianica missed. Frozen in the T57 Heavy. Still full health. Hit point still in favor of ID. Cap point still in favor of ID. Oh, but Frozen takes a hit. Are we seeing a push coming from XPT? Not yet. Not yet. ID still playing the trading game. But things could change. Things could change. Frozen will not get shot on the crossing. LDS now sitting very, very deep. And the Death Stars might be in a bit of trouble. Although XPT are hesitating. Good shot to Campon by USA. And Campon missed the shell. And the Golera still hanging on there from behind. Ready to put big shots if XPT decides to push. But we could see Frozen trying to kill the mouse. It's a good kill. It's an important kill for Team ID. LDS still hanging on. But Spartan Sword very healthy. Looking to put a shot onto RBT. Second shot onto RBT. Setting fire onto RBT. Now hit points in huge favor of ID. XPT hesitating in the push. They are paying the price for this. JTFK down to a 2-shot. Now RBT looks to brawl with those tanks. And ID looking stronger than ever. They're trying to get B as well. The Death Star now coming in to take out the tanks. B is captured. And Plorianica is now down to a 2-shot. Good kill onto JTFK. It's now 7 versus 4 situation. USA not going to last for long. And RBT is trying to brawl with a Frozen. But I think it's over. ID will win this one 3-1. Sending XPT out of top 8 EVG. Whatever the odds are, let me look at the odds that I have for EVG before the start of the 4th previous skill tournament. Let me take a look at the odds. It was very, very low odds, but they got it. EVG are in the top 8. EVG, before the start of tonight's previous skill tournaments, they only had 3.3% chance of making top 8. Now they're in top 8. So the poll, more than 50 people watching. Thank you very much for the attention. 7% of you said none of the above would make top 8, and that 7% of you are correct. Well done to ID, and that means we now have results. Your top 8 for the APAC server: ID, Risk, Nomad, GB, SCIJ, Insert, NQRY, and EVG. SVZ in the 9th place, XPT 10th, Arasoc 11th, Nemad 12th, TSIA 13th, Nemur 14th, Insert with the number 1 15th, and UQ 16th. That's it for me for now. I hope you all enjoyed. This entertaining stream. You couldn't have asked for better for this top 8 fight. XPT and Arasoc, both of them are not going to be in the professionals tournament. EVG for the very first time will be going to the top 8 and qualify by the skin of their teeth. They were relying on teams above them to drop cups, but there are enough teams to drop cups. What a night. ID would win tonight with 3-1 win against GV, which means this is it. The dust is settled. The dust is settled. So once again, huge congratulations to ID, Risk, Nomad, GB, STIJ, Insert, NQRY, and EVG for making top 8. SBZ in the 9th place. Commiserations to SBZ. They've got the maximum number of cups they could have got, but tonight wasn't to be their night. EVG won their group. That's already sent EVG. That will send EVG to the first place. And I'm going to be excited about this top 8 because EVG is a strong clan. And against all odds, EVG are through. So congratulations, everyone. I am beyond satisfied about this. Well, so let's kind of wind down. Let's go back to the trivia. To the slides, I mean. So EVG made it. EVG made it. Against all odds. Against all odds. EVG made it. I can't emphasize how dire of a situation they were in before the 4th Proof of Skill tournament. They were at 3.3% odds of making through. But they upset the odds completely. And we will give you the timeline. Final Proof of Skill tournament, May 4th to 5th of May. This is we have concluded the Proof of Skill tournaments, and 5 days later will be the beginning of the professional tournament, 10th to the 13th. EVG making the top 8. They truly deserve to be there after being drawn to lots of terrible seeding, but they stepped up tonight and they deserve to be there. Challenges tournament, I'll be following the final, but I don't the grand final, but I don't think we are going to see a clear win in there either. So thank you all for watching the stream, and I'll see you later on the EU server where I will follow Axe, and let's see, we are seeing a miracle pulled off by Axe to get to top 8, and whether we're going to be seeing some big surprises. Until then, it has been me, Wildlands Helper. See you all on the EU server. Bye for now.